Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum. Those who have joined for the first time and they have some name which is not recognizable, I request you all to go ahead and rename yourself so that we will not end up calling only the screen name, but the actual name that will be presentable, that will be available by your end. Before we get started, there is a quick request from my end. Any question, kindly hold it or write it till the end of the session. Why? The reason is simple. We are running a week behind and we wanted to catch up on the syllabus. That's the reason. So is it okay if you can hold, if you have any question, yeah, till the end of the session? Will that be
Yes.
okay, everyone? Yeah, thank you so much. So let's get started. And before get started, I have a quick question to you all, and the question is that what is one focus reason that you are attending this session of the Agile Scrum?
Placement.
Yes, please.
Placement, that's
Placement.
absolutely right. Yeah. And you
Placement.
know that sometime this week I have felt that I don't know, means there was regular means touch points. However, I felt that the gap was longer, and if such gaps happen, we need to have something with us so that that will make us remain connected. And for that very reason, we have created something what we call it as a code of honor. What is that, everyone?
Code of honor.
Code of
That's
honor.
exactly right. Yes, to which we also call it as a ground rule. And it is necessary that every time we connect, we must revise that. This is not only for you or anyone else, but this code of honor is for everyone who is just getting started on this journey. As a reminder, we need to revise that. I'm quickly going to share my screen so that we start revising that. So by the way, before I revise that, for all of us as a reminder, let me know anyone is here who is attending the session for the first time. You can raise your virtual hand quickly, please. Anyone, if it is your day one. So kindly raise
Yeah,
your virtual
that's
hand.
my day one. That's my day one. I'm Charu Agrawal. Yeah.
Yeah, so kindly raise your hand, everyone. I requested that anyone, if it is your day one, kindly raise your virtual hand. So, okay, so I can see Charu has raised her physical hand. So let's get started with Charu only. So yes, Charu, quickly, you need to introduce that. Who are you, from where you are connecting, educational background, and any, technical experience you have or not. Charu, over to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Hi, this is Charu Agrawal. I live in Jersey. I have done my master in MBA. I don't have any IT experience. I'm looking forward this BA. I just wanted to learn this BA and wanted to get a job as soon as possible.
Any other job experience you have anywhere else?
No.
No. Thank you so much for sharing that, everyone. Please type in chat window. Welcome, Charu. Let's listen from Mr. Afe. Afe, kindly introduce yourself, the four elements of the introduction, name, from where you are connecting, and quick educational background and any work experience if you have.
Okay.
Afe, anyone? Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Afe.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm from Houston. Um, I studied agri-economics. And I work in the bank for about 6 years.
Mhm,
Banking operations.
mhm. Okay, educational background you have?
Yeah, I studied agri-economics.
Okay, thank you so much, Afe. So, welcome to Guru School, everyone. Please type in the chat window. Welcome, Afe. Let's hear from Aruna Gumaddi. So, Aruna, quickly unmute yourself and you can introduce. Aruna, over to you.
Yeah, hi. I'm Aruna Gumadi. I'm from Houston, Texas. And I have been a teacher all these years. I did my master's in science. I have my background with science knowledge. And I've been a teacher for past 16 years. And now, I just want to be in IT field, learn BA and Agile Scrum. I don't know how difficult it's going to be for me, but still, I want to give it a try and then see if I can succeed in this field.
No problem. However, just a quick prompt that the question was wrong, that how difficult it would be. You should have asked, I don't know how easy it would be for me. So that way you would have found it easy. Okay, no worries. We will make it easy for you. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing,
you,
everyone.
Mr.
Please type in the chat window. Welcome, Aruna. So let's
Thank
hear
you.
from Sonali. Sonali, over to you. Somehow I'm not able to hear. Sonali, could you please unmute and speak? Aruna, sorry, Sonali. Okay, Sonali, we will come back to you. Please check your audio. And let's move to Kumuta Mani. Kumuta Mani, over to you. You can unmute and speak up, please.
Hi, this is Kumuta Mani.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did my PG in bioinformatics, and I'm very new to this IT field, and I haven't worked before.
Okay, thank you so much, Kumuta Mani. Everyone, please type into the chat window. Welcome, Kumuta Mani. So Kumuta is your first name, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can type, everyone. Welcome, Kumuta. So let's hear from Fani Kumar. So Fani, kindly unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Fani Kumar here from Detroit. I've been in IT for about 18 years, but not on the technical stream. I'm trying to get back into technical stream and expand my skills.
Okay, so in IT, on what position you have worked?
More of a people manager.
Okay, okay. People manager. I mean, what HR? You are from HR background?
No, not HR. More of delivery.
Okay, delivery. Okay, thank you so much, Fani. So let's hear from Harini now. So Harini, over to you. Quick intro,
Hi,
please.
my name is Harini. I am from North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and currently I work as a technology teacher in the elementary school, and also working as a part-time as a data technician in Tableau. I want to get a full-time IT job, so that's why I'm here. And basically, and I also have a master's MCA from India.
Okay, awesome. Harini, everyone, please type in chat window. Welcome, Harini and Fani. So let's hear from Aniruddha. Aniruddha, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Anirudh, and I have overall 10 plus years of experience on the business side. I've done my master's of business administration. However, I want to transition over to the IT side of things. So as a BA.
Awesome. Aniruddha, welcome. Aniruddha, everyone, please type in chat window. Welcome, Aniruddha. Let's attempt last time to hear from Sonali. Sonali, could you unmute yourself and speak up? We'll see that.
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, Sean. So you are connecting from Sean, is it?
Yeah, like Sonia, because like I was unable to connect from my laptop, so I'm trying to connect from my WhatsApp chat.
Okay, so are you
Cell
connected with from two devices, Sonali?
No, yeah. Now I'm connected because the laptop is not working.
No problem.
With
Go ahead.
now.
Because I see that Sonali has raised your hand and Sean is speaking. So got little,
confused.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Sonali. And I had a bachelor's degree in commerce in India. And I used to work in the IBM I-Series previously, which was known as S400. And but unfortunately, for the last 20 years, I'm not working. I was a full-time homemaker for my daughter. So since she went to college and she will be soon junior year, so I'd like to become a business analyst and start my career again once more.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You can lower your hand. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your quick introduction. Everyone, please type in the chat window. Welcome, FTs, means welcome first timer. And let's get started. So as I said before starting that, because the journey is 8 weeks long and we need to have something will make us more focused. And for that very reason, we need to have a core discipline. And that's the reason we have something what we call it as a core values. And that core values we have designed as a code of honor, and that I'm going to share in front of you all. And you are going to look at on my screen. So that is going to be quite quick detailed one today. So, but yet we will try to wrap up fast and get into the deep learning. So here what you see on the screen is called as COH. Can you all see my screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So the very first one, it says that always show up live, because Agile is full of ceremonies, means meetings, and meetings that demands you as a future Scrum Master or future BA to remain on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. Okay, so that you need to practice once you get placed. But before getting placed, you need to practice it here, considering this training itself as a project. Okay, and it is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. And once you practice it here, that will be quite easy for you once you get placed. So that is very number one code of honor. Second one says that because you started your journey as a student, kindly don't be the student, but be the full stack student who does all the assignments and do self-research and repeat whatever you have learned. So kindly focus on that you are not just coming here, listening here and going back. Also do these three activities. Once you will do all these three activities, what you are going to do is that you're going to attract success. If you don't do that, you are going to attract the failure. So that's the reason you are supposed to you are supposed to correct this failure so that it becomes the trail for the success. And you can only do once you take the full responsibility of it. So you need to take the full responsibility of whether it is your success or whether it is your failure. Then only you can correct, and everything you can direct towards the success. That is the third one. But to do so, you must require a quick concrete mindset that is a comprise of the lifelong learner, because you are on a journey towards getting placed towards the corporate of America, and that requires you to be a lifelong learner and have the learning mindset. And to do or to have that, you must have a positive minded. And more you become positive minded, that is the demand of agility, you will find yourself going more complaint free. More complaint free you will find you are loaded with the gratitude that direct you toward the happiness is the new productivity. And the fifth one that says that because many of you are coming from 18 years of experience, 20 years of experience, 23 years of experience, that makes you more rich in the experience. But there are chances when something which you already know is going to come on your way as a new knowledge, new information, or existing one, mind may not accept that so easy. So that is the time we request you to be the giver. So, okay. So before I talk that, let me make this the fifth one. Okay. And then we will be moving to the sixth one is this. So that demands you to become a giver in terms of on the path of learning, be a giver. So what to give away? So keep your ego away on the path of learning, and it will keep you more spiritually grounded. Means that your happiness level will increase, and happiness is today's new productivity in corporate. And while you are learning more, you would be earning more. And it is said that whatever you want to have more in your life, start giving a portion of that away from your life. And for that very reason, in case you are already earning, I want you to have an intent of charity. Give away 5% or 10% of your earning if you are already earning. If not, at least have the intention that once you start earning, you will start doing that, because what you give let you grow, and what you receive let you survive. I'm sure you're not here just for the survival purpose, but for the growth. And just don't start giving away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others. And that way you are together and with your impact going to contribute more towards the world's growth. And while you are doing so, start appreciating what you do, what others do for you, and something that doesn't happen to you in your favor, remember that is preparing you for the better growth for you for tomorrow. So and the another reason to appreciate that what you appreciate appreciates you back. Having said so, because we are getting into the deep learning and we talked about the what kind of mindset it requires, for that very reason, you need to start your day with the increased receptivity. And for that very reason, many of you are already following the 30 days audio program, 30 days challenge. And in case you have just started, this is a request that you can start attending 30 days program, 30 days challenge program. This is the audio program for some speaker voiced in different way. And once you follow from day 1 to day 30, you will see its impact on your every single activity of the day in a very positive manner. And in case you miss even a day, it is advised to start as a scratch from day 1, from the next day, and complete it for 30 days. This is a 40 minutes program, and for that I generally recommend put it into 2x mode, complete in 20 minutes while you jogging, running, or trekking, or doing any exercise. So that way you can complete it in 20 minutes for next 30 days. That should be one additional audio program 30 days channel. You must do that. And remember to follow the golden quadrant of learning, because you are starting with the learning. Okay, so before you start with the deep learning, you are advised to declare that what you are going to learn with an anchor. Okay, and then get into the deep learning. Once you done with your deep learning, then within 24 hours, whatever you have learned, that you need to draw on a piece of paper. Okay, and then you need to summarize it. Whatever you have learned every single day from this class, that you are going to summarize. How you are going to summarize? In a less than 90 seconds video, whatever you have learned, there you are going to show that, hey, this is my notes, and I'm going to summarize in a 90 seconds. And you go ahead and look into the camera lens and start summarizing that. I see Aruna's videos are really following that. You are referring to the notes and summarizing. Varsha's video had been in that direction. Janani's video has been that direction. Many of you are doing in that way. You are really doing awesome job. And summary has to be in a way that even 5 years old can understand. Why we need to do these all? It's all about whatever you have learned should retain in memory for longer. And that's the very reason it has been scientifically engineered in that way that it will. So because we are getting into the deep learning, what we are going to do is that we are going to declare that you see on the screen, which is selected on your screen. Can you all see the selected string on the screen? Can you all see, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that we are going to repeat with the help of anchor. Anchor is nothing but going to be the body movement. Body movement is nothing but it is going to be a self high-five or the clap. I want you everyone to put your energy into this activity, and because that is going to reactivate your learning energy for the deep learning what we are going to do today. So everyone is ready for the declaration that is going to be with anchor. Yeah. Yes. So at the count of 3, what you are going to do is that the moment I'll count 1, 2, 3, and I'll do clap, you are also going to clap. That will trigger the anchor, and then I'll read on the screen what is selected, and then you repeat after me, underline after. Okay, so ready, everyone? Say yes, one more time. Yeah. Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick
learner.
What others can learn and master,
I too can do that. What others can learn and master, I too can do that.
What others can learn and master, I too can do that.
I too can do
One
that.
more time.
Smiling is gonna be super
One more time with me. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner.
Because I'm an awesome
learner.
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy.
Learning is going to be
super duper easy.
super duper easy to me.
Thank you so much because you said so. Yes, it is going to be super duper easy to you, that you are going to experience. And how we are going to get connected, everyone? We are going to get connected on every single Sunday at 9:30 p.m. EST for the technical session. Monday, again 9:30 p.m. EST for the technical session. Tuesday, that you are going to okay. Tuesday we are going you are going to get connected for the RRP session,
RRP.
for your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday, the assignment, unsaid assignment from Sunday, that you are going to share with us. Thursday, the assignment that you can share with us from Monday. And also remember to attend RRP session is very, very must. And Friday, if pending assignment that you are going to do. Saturday can be your relaxation day, or do your own research, repeat whatever you have learned, and come with the question and answer. Is it clear? Do we all agree to follow the code of honor? Say yes if you all agree with this. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So let's move towards the learning. And we are going to talk about one meeting that generally happens. So before I get started, let me quickly tell you that when you need to start your journey from ground to terrace, okay, ground to top, from ground floor to top, or from basement or from parking to the top of the floor. There are various way to reach to the top, and one of the way is either take the help of lift, or take the help of staircases, or take the help of escalator. Okay, so using these all, you can definitely reach to the top. Do you all agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what exactly happened in the software world, software delivery world? There are various methodology using that you deliver a software. So one used to be a waterfall model earlier, and recently we are adapting towards the agile methodology.
Agile.
So agile methodology is clear, a way to deliver a methodology to deliver a software. Okay.
Yes.
So when a software is given to the vendor, the demand, the goal, and the objective happens a very large one. Okay. Product owner is a person who comes and who takes the responsibility of breaking down to the large goal into the smaller vision in a way that it becomes product backlog item. What it is called as, everyone?
Product backlog item.
Okay. Yes. So what he does, he take handful of support, and that is from the Scrum team that consists of and Scrum is the framework inside the agile methodology. Okay, there are multiple framework, and in that, one of the framework is known as Scrum framework. Okay, and before I talk about that, let me quickly tell you that this Scrum framework is the way, a step-by-step way of delivery of a piece of a softwares, okay, in an incremental manner. Means in a certain period you will work, okay, for certain time frame you will work, and you continue to deliver the small pieces of a larger chunk of a larger portion of the software. Okay, do you all understand? Anyone who doesn't?
Yes.
Anyone who don't? Okay, so I believe everyone understand. So one meeting is called as sprint planning meeting, where you prioritize the things. Okay, I need to deliver this first, I need to deliver this again first, and again this one as a first priority in a first time frame. So there are multiple time frame in which the entire project will go on. Okay, so very first meeting is called as a sprint planning meeting, but daily meeting happens for 10 minutes, where you talk about few things, and because you start working on that and you are going to talk about it is this. Okay, this is what I have done since last I met, or last we did this meeting, and this is what I plan to do today, and these are the obstacle I have encountered, and to this we call it as a daily Scrum meeting that is supposed to get over within 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, clear everyone? what we
Yes,
call
sir.
it as a Scrum meeting, and
Yes,
multiple
sir.
time we have touched it. I want one quick volunteer who had been since inception of the track. So I want one volunteer, and who can be that? So higher energy wins. I'm going to pick the person who say it's me with the high energy, and I'll ask you to do some activity. Okay, who
I can do that.
Okay, please go ahead. And Ramani, right?
Yes.
Okay, Ramani. So I want you to attempt to explain this, framework in a layman term, in the easy manner.
Okay. First, the squares which look like small post-it notes are the backlog items consisting of the list of the tasks need to be performed for that project. After the product backlog, there is a sprint planning meeting in which the priority wise items are selected from the product backlog items, and they are known as the sprint backlog. After the planning is done, after the sprint planning, the implementation of those sprint backlog items is done. For that, the daily Scrum meeting is uh, there is a daily Scrum meeting in which what they have done in the past day, what they will do in that day, and what are the obstacles or the bottlenecks they are facing. These things are discussed, and this meeting lasts for about 10 to 15 minutes. After the uh, implementation, the review of the product or the completed work is done, and after that is known as sprint review. After that,
Excuse me, just wait for a moment, okay?
after that, there
Wait a
is a
second.
sprint
Wait a
retrospective
There's
meeting.
many voices coming.
Yeah, that I'm going to just put them into silent. So guys, whoever is not speaking up other than the contribution, okay, kindly go on mute. I have put few of you on the mute. Yeah, go ahead, Ramani.
Yeah. After the completion of the work is reviewed in the sprint review meeting. And after the sprint review meeting, the product is released, or the it is completed. After that, the sprint retrospect meeting is done to see what things could have been done better, what things would have been done in a different way, and how things were done, to go over what was done during that sprint.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ramani. Very well explained. Thank you so much, everyone. Please, you can, if you wish, you can unmute and give a round of clap for this contribution. But I want one more volunteer right now who can come ahead and who can add something which you think that should be added. Okay. So go ahead, Makeda.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Can
go ahead.
Can I? Me.
Yeah, go ahead. Whoever wish to. So you start speaking.
Okay. The first is the product backlog. Basically, the product backlog is all the requirements given by the customer, put it in the backlog, and this is done by the product owner. And after that, once the priority wise, all the requirements, we put it in the sprint backlog, and the first priority wise, then accordingly, when we put in the sprint backlog, then the sprint meeting happens, and the sprint backlog, sprint meeting happens, which is the sprint planning meeting is the first step, and it takes 6 to 8 hours a day, almost one working day. And it basically shows where all the Scrum team members attend the meeting. And the Scrum team, when we say the product owner, developers, and the Scrum master, they attend the meeting. And after that, there is a daily scrum meeting happens, which is for 10 to 15 minutes, and which they talk about like what was done yesterday, what is the plan for today, and if there is any hurdle or discrepancies, how they can resolve it. And after that, once everything is done, then it comes to the sprint review meeting. That means before we hand over the final product to the customer, the first set of customer product, we call the meeting wherein all the stakeholders, developers, product owners, all customers, they come and they go through the entire developed software. And once we go ahead, they hand over the complete product to the customer so that they can use it further. And after that, the internally, then they come to the sprint retrospective meeting happens, which is attended by the developer, scrum master, product owner. So to discuss, like before they take the second sprint planning meeting, so they will go through the previous product which happens, and whatever the discrepancies were there, so whatever the hurdles they face in the first phase, so they can remove it, and they can for the smooth functioning, they do it. So this is how the entire process goes on.
Thank you so much, Jaya. So let's everyone please unmute yourself and give a round of applause for this wonderful contribution. Thank you so much, Jaya. So let me quickly tell you that this entire agile delivery happens. This is one entire thing is called as one sprint. What it is called as?
One sprint.
One sprint is nothing but a time duration, and that time duration can be, as some of you say, that few days, from 1 day to maximum of 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks means 5 working days each week. Okay, and in this entire sprint, 4 types of meeting takes place. How many types of?
Four types.
Four. And to those meeting, we call it as the ceremonies. What we call it as, everyone? Ceremony. So what happens exactly initially, it is product owner who develops the product backlog item. Means requirement is there, broken down into the smaller pieces. In the very first meeting, to which we call it as a sprint planning meeting. What we call it as, everyone? First meeting?
Sprint planning meeting.
Yeah. So the very first meeting that happens at the start of the sprint. Okay. When it happens, everyone?
Beginning of the sprint.
Beginning of the
Start of the
So there what he does, he prioritizes few items, he pulls that into the product stack and start discussing about those smaller pieces of the item with the team so that they can start taking ownership and start working on that. Okay. Now, in the sprint planning meeting, everyone takes the ownership of the task, what they are going to do. So everyone is assigned with one task, and then the implementation start taking place. If it is for the 2 weeks long sprint, for 2 weeks it will happen. If it is 4 weeks long sprint, for 4 weeks the entire implementation will continue to happen. But every single day one special meeting happens that you all have experienced or spoken, that goes for 10 minutes or 15 minutes every single day, where everyone talks about 3 things: that what was last 8, what is going to be my next 8, and what is going to be my bottleneck. Let me repeat. So 3 things they are going to talk: what they did in last 8, what they are going to do in next 8, and what is going to be the bottleneck. Okay, so that has to be the plan in the daily scrum meeting that goes for that. And every single day for 4 weeks or for the entire sprint, when this meeting has taken place, one fine day they hold sprint review meeting. Which meeting?
Sprint review meeting.
In this review meeting, customer herself has to be present, okay, along with product owner and the entire team. In this meeting, in this sprint review meeting, customer gives the feedback on the type of work the development team has worked upon. Okay. So, and the team also says that what they've found, what obstacle they overcome or they overcame or something like that. how did they overcome? They talk in front of customer, and so that customer can simply give a go to their work. So once customer give a go to their work, then these has to be marked as a completed and gets shipped. Okay, all those work item on they have worked, and they need to transition into the another sprint. But before they transition into the another sprint, the fourth meeting takes place, to which we call it as a sprint retrospective meeting. What do we call it as, everyone? Okay, one more time, the request to all of you, in case you are not contributing here and speaking something else in your family, kindly go ahead on mute. Okay, I know that you are sitting at home, you are with family, you need to give attention there. But when we are learning together, kindly go on mute. Okay, and in case you want to contribute into the session, you can remain unmuted. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for the cooperation. Let's understand quickly this one. So what is sprint in the Scrum? So I want someone to quickly read this all 4 bullets. Who can do that?
I can do.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Emiso.
What is sprint in Scrum? Time box iteration of a development cycle. Broken project into small and consistent time interval, as short as few days and as long as 4 weeks. Can call a sprint goal a project in itself due to start and finish record it gives.
Yeah, thank you so much. So understand, to what we give a start time and finish time, start date or finish date, that particular action item or particular piece of the work can be considered as a project in itself. Okay, and as I said earlier, that a sprint can be as few days as long as maximum as 4 weeks long. Okay, so so who decide that how long the sprint would be?
Product owner.
Product owner. And from where he reach onto this decision that it is going to be 2 weeks long or 4 weeks long?
After discussing with the stakeholders, like the
Absolutely.
from the stakeholders.
Business analyst.
After discussing with the stakeholder. Okay, and do you think that entire project can be delivered all at once?
No.
So how it will be delivered? It will be broken down into smaller consistent time interval in which that can be given. And one sprint is time box iteration of a development cycle. So it's a time duration. What is sprint, everyone?
Time duration.
Exactly. Okay, so you have known this now. Now I am going to do is that I'm going to flip the slide, because you have so far known for the sprint planning and daily scrum. Do you all know now so far about the sprint planning okay, Funny was saying something. Can we say product backlog is nothing but entire scope of the project? Or how would the project sponsor know how much to allocate in terms of money, or what they get for the money they have allocated? That absolutely right. The means defined or the best way to talk in this sense. Okay, so for what money, what they are going to give, what portion of the money, what they are going to get. Okay, you want to say add something else, Funny? You can unmute yourself and you can speak up.
No, I just had a question that, right?
Okay.
Is it
definitely.
the scope? How would I allocate money, or how would I know that is the entire project or not? So
yes, the best way to tell in that, you can just copy that and paste in everyone, so that everyone can read that. So this is the nice way to speak about that. So now we have you have known so far about the sprint planning meeting. You have known about the sprint daily scrum meeting. Let's understand something where customer demands the quality, and then only he or she gives a go to your work. And what meeting that is called, everyone? Any guesses? Awesome. You are already brilliant. Yeah, that's right. So that is going to be a sprint review meeting, and we are going to talk about that. Let me quickly reshare my screen, and where the Zoom has gone. So I'm somehow not finding. Yeah, screen share. Okay, now I can see. So I want someone to read the first bullet. Who can read that?
Yeah, I can.
Go ahead. Please.
A sprint review with best quality. A sprint review meeting should be a natural result of the sprint involving the product owner, the Scrum team, the Scrum Master, management, customers, and developers from other projects.
Yeah. So why developer from the other project? Any guesses? Who can answer that? If sprint review meeting is going on, okay, and of course, product owner of the same project would be there. Scrum master who is facilitating that meeting is going to be there. Scrum team, entire Scrum team, including the developers and all of the same project would be there. Why we need to have the developers from the other project? However, this is optional. Okay, why we can have the developers from other projects?
Because
maybe
then
for the cross-checking feedback and make sure
cross-checking the work.
Yeah. Okay. Gunjan, you want to add something?
Yes, probably like something like they have some kind of blockage that they fix it and they finally want to add something to it.
Okay, so the ultimate idea is through deriving the learning from the existing or the continuous feedback from the client. Okay, what you see here over here is this is the sprint review meeting is going on. What they are talking about, they are going to talk on the feature of the product. Okay, they will have the feedback on the product and they will only discuss about the done product. Okay, done mark activity which has been marked as the done. So how to mark it as done, we are going to talk about that as well, but this is just a quick heads up to you all that who all are supposed to be present in the sprint review meeting. So what agenda they are going to work upon. So I want someone to read the till this means first section of the last bullet. Yeah, go ahead. Last bullet of
Development team talks about the sprint, what went well, problems that arose, how they solved those problems, demonstrates completed work, product backlog items, answers any questions.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this out. Now imagine, okay, you as a developer, someone is as a business analyst, and someone as a architect, or someone one more person as a tester are sitting together. These all people have worked towards one goal to complete one portion of the product backlog item. Okay, they are working upon one backlog item together. They have finished one activity, and what they will do, and because they have worked on this activity, that will be marked as a completed, means marked as done. Do you all with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If it is marked as a
Yes.
done, okay, so it means that it was it might not be always as smooth as it may appear. They might have conquered some problem. What all those problems they conquered, why they need to however they have reached towards the solution. Why do you think that problem should be discussed, that these were the problem and this is how we resolved? Why customer should know?
Transparency, to keep the transparency in the
Okay,
project.
one is transparency. What else?
If there is any change, so the daily update can help them. Customer can share their changes. If small changes are there, if needs to be done, can be done.
That's absolutely bang on. Okay, why? Because if any changes can be considered, can be shared, and further can be given as a task and can come as a product backlog item as well. New product backlog. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Excuse me, everyone. So yeah, so whatever the question would be there from the client's end, that will be answered. Okay, so this happens from developer team. Who contributes about these all 4 bullet point? Who would be the answerable?
Development team.
Development.
Yeah. Then what about product owner? So I want someone to read these 2 bullet point. Who can read that? Please go ahead.
Product owner discusses current snapshot of product backlog and roadmap, projects likely completion dates with various completion rate or velocity assumptions.
Yeah. So thank you so much for reading this out. So guys, what I have done is that regarding the velocity and capacity, because capacity has to be understood by everyone, that who all are available, how long they are going to contribute in the one sprint. So on that detailed video I have shared with you, so I'm not going to spend time on that. Okay. So in case anyone has joined recently, what we are going to do is that we are going to share that that video one more time. However, from product owner, what is expected that he will also talk about the entire roadmap. Why we need to revisit this roadmap? So that we all come on the same page and everyone will be aware of the delivery dates. Okay. On what date, what is expected to deliver. So that is, and someone is from delivery management end, so he or she can relate it very, very well. Yeah, so this is how the roadmap has to be revealed in front of customer, so that we are reiterating that we are on time, or in case there is a deviation, that we are going to reframe, or we are going to recommit that how fast we can come, we can get aligned with the timeline, and we will be the part of continuous delivery. And in case any deviation is there, so completion date will be adjusted. Generally it doesn't get adjusted, but we try to cope up in a way that delivery date will always get to meet. So that is, but there are more things as a part of agenda. I want someone to read the first 3 bullet point. Who can read that?
I'm reading it.
Please go ahead.
Developmental team talks about the sprint, reviewing the goal of the sprint, demonstrating new feature implemented during the sprint.
Okay. So as you know, the development team has talked about the sprint, what the problem they overcame. Okay. And also when we talk about the, roadmap, it means that the goal has to be reviewed. Okay. So product owner was talking about the roadmap and timeline. It means he's reviewing the goal itself. Okay. And new feature which has been implemented during the sprint, that has been demonstrated by business analyst or the dev team or by tester. So together they come as a team and together they give the demonstration. Okay. So demonstration is just not a simple demonstration. It's a review meeting with the help of customer. It's not going to be a natural one monologue where just one person is speaking and another is listening. No, this is going to be a collaboration. Okay, where you all are with customer, you are participating. It has to be a fun. Okay. And it has to be always in the lighter mode zone. Okay, you are discussing the serious thing, but not in a serious way. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Yeah. So I want someone to read another 3 bullet point, starting from requesting
feedback from the stakeholders, discussing work not yet accomplished, identifying risk and impediments.
Yeah, this is very important. Okay, because all the hard work you have demonstrated, now this is the time where you need to have the feedback from the customer as well. So customer gives the feedback and it has to be noted down by someone. Who generally takes a note of it?
Product owner,
business analyst.
Okay, everyone takes a note of it, but Scrum team make sure that he is maintaining the MOM for this. Okay, minutes of meeting. He makes sure, even he is not suppose he is not maintaining that, he makes sure someone is there who is assigned to do this activity. Okay, and they will also talk about work which has not been completed. Okay, so when it will be completed, they will reveal that as well. And in case any risk is there, that has to be discussed, followed by the mitigation plan. If in case any risk or impediment is there, so we need to know. It's not about always this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem. What is the solution? Because then customer will have the insight. Okay, we can plug this solution to this problem. We can plug this solution to this problem. So just don't bring the problem single, bring problem in pair. That has to be backed by the solution. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the one thing. And I want someone to read the last two bullets. Who can read that?
Me.
Yeah, go
Reviewing.
ahead.
Yeah. Sorry.
Reviewing
Go ahead.
project increment objectives, looking ahead to next sprint using the top lines from the project backlog.
Yeah. So in every sprint, okay, every sprint consider is as an increment. Okay, so every sprint has to be reviewed. Okay, and to one sprint, once it is delivered, we call it as a one increment. Okay, so we are always checking that we are meeting the objective or not. Okay, what will be coming in the next sprint, we are also interested into that. And we know that in product backlog item, what is going to be the next priority item. Okay, because now things have been demonstrated. Business analysts have some time. Okay, they can start working on the next piece of requirements, and in a way that it can be discussed in the next sprint backlog item. Because now the sprint review meeting is over, everything has been marked as done. Now things are ready to be shipped, ready to be moved to the client's environment. Okay, so of course you are getting ready for the next sprint. You all are with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's understand in a pictorial manner what exactly happens in sprint review. So sprint review will go for this will go for 2 to 4 hours. Okay, so 4 hours for 4 weeks of sprint. Okay, yeah, 4 hours will be for the 4 weeks of the sprint, 2 hours for the 2 weeks of the sprint, and 1 hour for the 1 week of sprint. Okay, so in the sprint review has happened, everything will be marked as a done. That is the check. Means you remember the Kanban board. I was initially talking about one board would be there if you are following Kanban, where things will be listed down in a sticky note, and if it is to do, it will be posted in the column of the to do. In case it will be in progress, it will be posted or added into in progress column, and if it is marked done, it will be moved into in done column. Okay, so I mean to say what? I mean to say this. Okay, let me quickly bring that for you. Okay, Kanban board is a board like this. There is a simple board. Okay, and excuse me to not so rich drawing. Okay, so say for example, this is a whiteboard or whatever normal board. Okay, so this is a physical board, and in this physical board that is kept where the development team or Scrum team is working. Here things will be marked as, say for example, to do. Okay, and in progress. Okay, in progress, and say for example, there is a testing.
Done.
Yeah, and if it is in testing, and one is done. Okay, someone said done. So, and there are some items, and let me quickly check that how this item could be. So there are few sticky notes. Okay, few sticky notes. Those are there in to do. Okay, and say for example, one wants to move this sticky notes from here to here. Okay, he should be able to move that. Okay, there are some additional so if because it has come into the progress, he will move that into the progress, that sticky note. That sticky note will mention what? That sticky note will mention the work that has been taken into consideration or taken place. Okay, say for example, there is another piece of work is also in progress. Okay, and some work in progress was there which has been marked as a done. Okay, so that will be moved inside done. Okay, if it has been taken place already, everyone has worked and it is ready to be moved and marked as into done, it will be moved into done. Say for example, few item which were the part of to do, and that is in the testing phase, and that will be moved into testing as well. Okay, so just a quick heads up. Yeah, someone wanted to say something? No? Okay, So this is how the physical Kanban board would look like. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you repeat Kanban board you said?
Yeah, Kanban board. That's a kind of a dashboard where you will have the visibility of what work is in hand, how the works are progressing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gaurav,
Sir,
can
one
you
question.
please?
Yeah, someone said something. Please repeat what you said.
Sir, one question. When SIT and UIT both are done, then only we'll mark it as a done.
You will have to bit louder. I could not hear you well.
Sir, I'm saying that once SIT and UIT is done, then only we mark it as a done.
No. See, the thing is that what exactly happened before SIT and UAT, you are working in the sprint, right? I'm talking about the sprint manner. Okay. So if you are working in a sprint, what exactly happened? Everything will undergo the testing phase. So testing, local testing that you are doing already. Okay. SIT, UAT is a different phase. Okay. Once you will work on the sprint, you are giving everything in at the client side. Client also run the sprint at their end. Okay, they will be also testing at their environment, and there will be a dedicated time where SIT will run. Okay, that is the system integration testing happen, where customer and you together work on this. Okay, and that is a total different phase, and after SIT UAT takes place. Okay, if everything passes in SIT, then it will be moved into UAT. But when you are working towards the sprint goal, you will make sure that it is passing the testing phase and marking it as done. It is demonstrated in front of a customer, and after you have satisfied the customer, after customer has given a go, it can be marked as a done. Okay, and it can be moved there. Later in the UAT testing happens, where user acceptance testing, or before that SIT happens, you can revisit back if the smaller components have been reopened or have been marked as a failed again. That time you can go back, or you can reopen that, because see, first focus has to be towards the sprint. Okay, don't bring the connection of sprint to the SIT work. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move further. You have seen this. Here is the increment, and here is the time duration. It says that meeting at the end of the sprint to check the increment. So everything has to be marked as done, and then only you will make sure you are moving it to the client's environment. And as it says that it will be incremented towards the client's environment in case it is marked as a done. UAT happens at the client location. It means that before that it has to be marked as done. Is that clear, Hiteshi, in addition? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's move further. I want someone to read the first bullet, please.
Can I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
In Scrum, each sprint is required to deliver a potentially shippable product increment. This means that at the end of each sprint, the team has produced a coded, tested, and usable piece of software.
Yeah. So understand that when it says that shippable product increment, it means that it has been well tested, but before testing, it has been well coded and designed. Okay, so unless it has not been tested, it cannot be part of the sprint review meeting, because sprint before coming to sprint review, the testing has to perform the test so that it can be made sure that it is working fine. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
So
Yes.
as a future
Yes,
business
sir.
analyst, you have to also make sure that anything which you're trying to bring in sprint review meeting, it has been tested beforehand. I want someone to read the second bullet. Yeah, who can read that? Go ahead.
During the sprint review, the project is assessed against the sprint goal determined during the sprint planning meeting.
Yeah. So it's a simple thing that the project has to be also assessed based on the goal, because the larger goal comes into in front of you. Okay, so that goal has to be revisited in the sprint planning meeting. Okay, so See, during the sprint review, the project is assessed against the sprint goal determined during the sprint planning meeting. So what exactly has happened? In the sprint planning meeting, you have a clear code goal in front of you. In sprint review, you are just taking a relief of sigh and you say that, okay, we have achieved the goal. If you have achieved the goal, so the larger goal which was taken earlier has compressed now. You have some another milestone remaining. Okay, so in front of a customer, you will be reiterating how the remaining milestone you are going to cover, and you are going to reiterate, is there any change, means any potential change they can oversee or expect. So that is a reiteration to tell the client that whether there is a change or any deviation is there or not, or you are aligned with whatever you had initially spoken or committed to. Is it clear, everyone? What is the portion product owner would be talking about? Okay, I want someone to read the third bullet point, please.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, start reading.
Ideally, the team has completed each product backlog item brought into the sprint, but it's more important that they achieve the overall goal of the sprint.
Okay, so yeah, so as it says that team has together work on a piece of product backlog. That was the part of the sprint. But this is also important, okay, that the goal has achieved or not. It should not be like you have worked in some item of the sprint and ultimately portion of goal is missing. That may happen, that one team has said, I mean, customer may come up, okay, you have worked on these items, that's all together is fine, but ultimately functionality is working or not. You remember the principle of Scrum? Do you remember the values of Agile? Do you all remember? When you started the day one, we had revisited and we have talked about Scrum values, Agile principle and all. So, and those who have recently joined, you will be going through one more time Agile principle and Scrum values. There, it is important to deliver working software. Exactly. So, if you deliver something which is not working, will be of no use. Okay. So, always focus should be there. So let's move. What exactly is the sprint review with the best quality? I want someone to read this first bullet. Who can read that?
I can read that.
Go ahead.
Crossing the finish line and completing work requires good planning, a clear definition of done, and focused execution. This all is reflected in the sprint review.
Okay, sprint review. Yes. So see, the thing is, what defining a finish line is one thing, and crossing the finish line is the different thing. Okay, so it is quite easy when you define, okay, this is the finish line. Why do I say so? I say so because see, everything which you are delivering has to be marked as a done. Okay, done means that everyone's assignment has to be marked as a clear that your portion has been worked. Say for example, you have taken one piece of going back to my example of fund transfer. Okay, one portion of project planning, you go on. So what exactly happens, guys, I'm just getting a quick call. I want everyone, you can take a 2 minutes of break and come back. So can we all agree to go on a 2 minutes of a quick break and come back?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So please take that. It is quite important for me too as well. So I'm just pausing the recording. It started. Yeah. So I was talking about marking things. So I was giving one example of, say, for example, fund transfer is one module in a banking project. Okay. And one business analyst is to design all the requirement related to and elaborate all the requirement related to fund transfer in one ticket. Ticket means, you remember the sticky note I was talking about? So let me quickly go back and reshare this whiteboard. Okay, so say for example, in one of this note, business analyst is going to add more details about the fund transfer. Okay, so that he created the user story. Now this user story is assigned to business analyst so that he can elaborate about his analysis and design. The same user story, that is, user story is nothing but a broken down piece of a larger requirement, will be assigned to the testing team for testing purpose. Now, the same user story will have the subtask. Now, what you are assigning under user story, you are creating a task named as the BA task, testing task, developer task. Okay, and that task you are assigning to developer, tester, and who? Developer, tester, and BA as a subtask. Okay. Now, before you go to, after your sprint review meeting is done, you make sure that everyone's task has been marked as a done. This will move to done. This will move to done. BA activity, this will also move to done. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you are with me so far, am I audible? Hello?
I mean, everyone
Yes,
is going
sir.
to turn.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
you are audible.
Yeah, there was lag. So can you one more time repeat if you are with me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
sir.
Yeah, there was a
Yes,
problem
yes.
at my end when it comes to speaker. So thank you so much for the confirmation. So I want someone to read this culture of delivery. So who can read that?
Yeah, I can go.
Go ahead.
A culture of delivery. Effective teams bring clear processes and development culture to each and every work item.
Okay, thank you so much. So yes, the Scrum team has to be effective, and it's all about the clear-cut process. Okay, which will suit to the team and the working style, and how to create a process. Just in 2 weeks of time, or say around 18th June, we are going to start working towards that. That how the processes are designed, what all process and how they can be depicted. We are going to learn about that. But for now, you need to understand that the clear process has to be the part of team culture, okay, development culture, so that you effectively work on every item. Okay, so this is what exactly this bullet means to say. So it says that following question need to be asked and answered during the review. Okay, are stories well defined by the product owner, designer, and the engineering team before implementation? So how the user stories are defined, that is the also hack, and that you need to know. Everyone has to know. Okay, so that also we are going to learn, that how you are going to design, or how you are going to design a user story. All you would be learning how to design a user story, and you need to present us back. What else the other question you are going to ask? Who can read the first bullet over here?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Sprint review with best quality. Does everyone understand and live the team's engineering values and culture?
Okay, so yeah, this is the also one question in the sprint review meeting you are going to ask. Does everyone understand and live the team's engineering values and culture? Again, when we are going to talk about team's values and culture, it means you're taking the ownership, you're taking the accountability, and you are also following the agile principle and scrum value. Whether you are up to that or not, Scrum Master has to also take a call onto that everyone is adhered by the agile principle and Scrum value, and the cross-functional team are following all these values together. I want someone who has not yet read, okay, since the starting, that person to read the second bullet point over here. Who can read that?
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, Kumanta.
Are there clear definitions and requirements around code review, automated testing, and continuous development to encourage sustainable agile development?
Yeah, so this is another question as well that you need to ask yourself, or in the sprint review meeting, that the clear definition and requirement around the code review, and code review happens during the peer programming as well, and it also happens in the before it is moved towards the testing environment. Okay, and you need to ask that the for the code review and automated testing and continuous development, whether agile development has been followed or not. In a nutshell, things have been clear to every participant or not. Initially, it had not been clear. It means that what you would do next time to make it more clear. And then it would be discussed, because you have now marked and you have asked this question. You would be elaborating, discussing, and taking a learning during the sprint retrospective, so that you can mark it and consider its value into the sprint planning meeting. So I want someone to read the third bullet point. Please go ahead and start reading.
After the team completes a story, after the team completes a story, are there many bugs that surface? In other words, does done really mean done?
Exactly. So sometime what happens exactly, team completes a story, okay, and they mark them as a done. But inside the user story, as I said, that user story will have a task for every single person. Did I say so? You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And every task will have the subtask, and that is when going on, you may eventually find some discrepancy to which we will mark as a defect, okay, or error. With me so far, everyone?
Yeah.
And in case those defined or those defect or those bugs are not marked as a close, and still you are trying to mark the user story as a done, that is not going to solve the purpose. Then that is the time you need to ask this question: done really does mean done? If the subset is the defect is not yet closed, it means the user story cannot be marked as done. Is it clear to everyone?
That means it is not a working software still. Can we say that?
Come again, Jaya. What did you say?
Can we say that if there is still bugs and all, that means it is not a working software?
Not exactly. Not exactly. See, there could be the cosmetic error as well. Okay. And that is still open. You cannot mark a user story. Say, for example, there is a bank logo, and for bank logo is not considered. Things are working, and but that had been the part of user story. So if it is not there, and still if you want to incorporate that in the sprint, you cannot close the user story at all immediately until you move this defect away from that user story, until you detach that defect from that user story. With me so far? If it is connected with the user story, it cannot be marked as done. So make sure that user story only will be marked as a done, a task, whether it is functional or not functional. Ultimately, things has to be functional, but there are the chances that your software may remain functional, but because of some cosmetic changes or cosmetic defect, it cannot be marked as done because that defect is associated with that. Some spelling mistake. Okay, so these kind of things are not impacting the functionality. Right. Say for example, back button has been labeled as BAKC. Okay, back button is working, but it cannot be accepted because the label on the back button itself is a misleading.
Okay.
Right. So this is one of the quick example. So I want someone to read this third bullet. Who can read that? Oh, no, third is done. Fourth bullet, I want someone to read.
The team's culture. Yeah, I can go ahead. The team's culture around quality and completion should rise above every user story, engineering work item, and bug. This culture is reflective of how the team approaches and delivers software.
Yeah. So I keep on telling one very important thing, everyone. Okay. And that I say every time, that your focus, whoever you are, be you are a product owner, be you are a business analyst, be you are a developer, or whether you be a business analyst or tester or coder. You need to become CDO. Do you remember that? What do we mean by CDO?
Client delight officer.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Customer
So this
delight officer.
terminology generally you won't find, but I want you to refer to it so that you become this person. I want each one of you to become the client delight officer. It means that you bring such a top-notch quality on the table, okay, such a top-notch quality on a table, so that the moment customer, if you are a customer and you see your work done in a way that you feel wow immediately on that, you are going to give a repeat order to that. Okay, say for example, just give me a second. Yeah. So what I was telling, that say for example, you have a vehicle, okay? You have a vehicle, right? And when you have a vehicle, you are giving it for the servicing, okay? And the kind of work you have explained, and when you are receiving a vehicle, some complimentary work has been done. It is fueling up your gas tank with the some extra fuel. Will not it make you delight? Yeah, that come as a compliment, right? That is ultimately going to make you delight. So this is one of the gesture from vendor to a client by adding value. You need to ask yourself, apart from existing work, is there any such ability of mine that will help in an ongoing project to add value? When you will have this simple intention itself, that is going to add value. Okay, with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
that's how you are. That's how you can at least I'm talking about, at least start adding the value. So let's understand now, because you have delivered that. But how did you as a product owner manage the product backlog? Now what I am going to tell you, that in the product backlog, what happens? So everything at the top, what you will see, that is ready to be delivered or ready to start working upon, that becomes of high priority. And whatever is of high priority, that become the part of the immediate release that you are going to work. If that is not of the high priority and it is in the queue of the requirement, to which we call as a product backlog, that will always be into the lower priority, and that will become the part of future release. Okay, with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to invite someone to read the first bullet over here.
The product backlog is owned by the product owner and reviewed during the sprint planning meeting.
Yeah. So it is self-explanatory. Okay. And I have multiple times said that product backlog item is managed by product owner. Okay. But in sprint planning meeting, he pulls up the highest priority item first in the sprint planning meeting. It could be 1, 3, 4, whatever. Okay. It cannot be all of them inside the first sprint planning meeting. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I want someone to read now second bullet point. Go ahead and start reading. Yeah.
It's important that product owner describe the task in clear, customer-focused language without technical specifications.
Yeah. So now, because product owner is there, not only developer is going to work on that, not only technical architect is going to work on the communication of a internal socket of the upcoming software a software architect, and not only business analyst is going to define the requirement and talk about that, but also testers would be there. So there are technical people and non-technical people. Okay, but the goal is that what the work we are taking in hand has to be understood by everyone, right? Do you all agree with this? It has to be understood by everyone.
Yes.
So it's product owner responsibility when he is talking about that particular product backlog. He is going to explain in a way so that what is customer expectation has to be transferred inside every team member. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are a future product owner, you take this particular thing into consideration, please. I want someone to read the second last bullet point over here.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'll go with that. All product backlog items are estimated by developers.
Can you read the next one as well?
Okay. There are estimations.
Go ahead, read that.
There are estimations determining the numbers of items that will be selected for the upcoming sprint.
Okay. So thank you so much for reading this out. Now you have to take into consideration that all the product backlog items has to be estimated. It will estimation work of the business analysis activity against one backlog item has to come from them. For the designing and coding part has to come from the developer. For the testing effort, it has to come from tester. So you are, in a nutshell, taking the estimation of the testing effort, taking the estimate of the analysis and design effort from the business analyst, and also asking the developers for their coding effort as well. With me so far? So not only coding effort, what all the activity that goes with the coding that you are taking as a part of estimation from each and every team member, and that happens under one user story. So in a nutshell, as a product owner, you will be marking the complete time estimation for one user story, and for against which everyone has given their work effort to you, okay, in the sprint planning meeting. Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Wait, I have one question.
Yeah.
You said work effort, or we can say their work estimation also. Can we say that?
Yeah. Work estimation. Yes.
So
That's all
also,
right.
I had a question for a long time. So when you said like developer did that in the Kanban, you said they will put in the done like to-do list, but there are tester also. Suppose developer write the code, and can he put in to the done, or he will send to the tester?
So I think Hitesh, it's you who is asking the question, right?
No, this is Jyoti.
Jyoti. Okay, so Jyoti, I'll just take a few more minutes and then I'll answer that, because I initially told that any question I'll be taking at that. So kindly hold it for a few more minutes. It's okay? Yeah? Like you have hold already so long.
Sorry.
So no problem. So yeah. So let's move further and I'll answer this question. So I want someone to read the first bullet, please. Quickly.
The product backlog is a set of functionalities, technical requirements, enhancements that are maintained and managed by the product owner.
Yeah. So as I said initially, that product backlog is a list of broken down large piece of the requirement. It means that the requirement could be the functional requirement, technical requirement, or non-functional requirement. Okay. So everything will be listed, and it will be the product owner who will be managing them, who will be picking them up in this which sprint planning, what has to be discussed. Okay. Say, for example, first your focus has to be towards things should work. And later your focus would move towards, okay, should I enhance this performance as well, speed as well, okay, because it has to be little speeded up. So these things I can take into consideration later, right? Because it is normally functioning well and speed is normal. But my focus will only come to speed it up and make it to the maximum speed to certain performance later as well. Can I choose that? Yeah. Everyone? Yes. So yes. So considering those part under functional or non-functional requirement, I will continue to park it into the priority and manage my product backlog accordingly, and will continue to pull them in the next sprint planning meeting later and later based on the priority. So it says that second bullet point, who can read this?
Yeah,
if something is missing from the product backlog, it doesn't exist. So if a product exists, its product backlog also exists.
Exactly. So understand, if product exists as it says, everything related to that product, its backlog has to be there. If something is not there in the product backlog, it means it is not there. you're not going to work that. Do you know that I had spoken, and you will be looking at this more in detail in upcoming days, where we define the what we define the scope of the product. Okay, scope means where beforehand you are defining what to include, what not to include, what will be the inclusion or what will be the exclusion. Okay, so something which you have already marked in a document that it will be excluded, that you are not going to involve into the product backlog. So even by mistake, you yourself is not going. See, ultimately what happens, for every work done, you are going to get paid. Do you all agree with that?
Yes.
So
Yes.
are you going to do something extra for which you are not getting paid and the effort is there? Of course not.
No.
So if something does not exist in the product backlog, it means that you yourself is not going ahead and going to mark it. And remember that it is ongoing delivery until unless your relationship gets broken with the client. Product backlog is never complete, and it will keep on changing. And that's the reason it is called as a product backlog is dynamic. I want someone to read the last bullet point. Who can read that?
It changes constantly during work progress because new ideas, functionalities appear. Some of them change or move up or down the backlog list.
And do you know who is responsible for that? It's only the business analyst, because he is also in touch of the customer. He is also in touch of product owner. And what exactly happens is focus is always there on the change, and he will continuously go ahead and he eventually evolve as a subject matter expert. He suggests a customer that if he can adopt some changes. Okay. And because he is in continuous change, he has to persuade that why this change is important. Or when customer develop the insight based on the conversation with the business analyst, he simply go ahead and mark some potential changes as a go, and that's get accommodated in, and gets loaded into the product backlog as well. So that's the reason it says here that it changes constantly during work progress. Even the work is going on, new idea functionality will continue to appear, and business analyst is the person behind it. Okay, clear?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So what you see here quickly, okay. So we will be discussing this in coming days. Okay, there are few things which requires to be discussed. So we will be discussing it tomorrow. Now let's go ahead and Jyoti, are you there? Let's take her question.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, please ask.
Okay, in the Kanban or in the Jira, when the task is already written over there, what to do and what is in progress and done. So when from to do to done is going to be transferred after the tester will do that. Suppose developer wrote the code. Now what's going to happen?
Okay, see, understand three things. There are working ways, and Scrum Master has to be totally on toes. It may happen some task has been, now I'm going to elaborate this portion here. Okay, so say for example, there is a big user story. Okay, let me quickly bring that for you. Yeah. I'm going to go into the next page and there I'll describe. Say, for example, this is your user story. Okay. And this is your user story. All right. But this user story will have various contribution. Okay. Various contribution by, okay. Various contribution by different people. Okay. This different people could be who all?
Developer, tester.
That's right. So this is going to be, say, for example, BA, or this is going to be developer, and this is going to be tester. Okay, tester. Now user story is the one. Okay, user story is the one. What is going to happen? BA has been given one activity to work on analysis and design. Okay, so this is A&D work. Okay, this is A&D work. So user story is one, and this is A&D work, and developer has been given the coding and unit testing. Okay, will be done by developer. Now, and this is the this is tester work, test test case writing, okay, and test case execution. Okay, and while he will do the test case execution, he will continue to report the defect as well. Okay, now what is going to happen in some of the industry, you will see the developer has worked on this user story, and inside this user story there is a smaller ticket gets created, to which we call it as a subtask. Okay, so this A&D will be one ticket for business analyst, because this is the part of the bigger user story, and this is the developer's tickets, and this is the tester's ticket. With me so far, Jyoti? Yeah. Okay, so what happens, this developer will, what he will do, he has developed this task and he directly try to assign this task to whom? He try to assign this task as a to the tester, and he will ask that start working on that. But in a reality, it should not happen in that way. Okay, the moment developer marks some task, developer develops some task, he will simply mark, he should mark that as a resolved, and assign now the tester's ticket to tester himself, or just give a instruction to tester, this code is ready, start working on that. Or what he will do, or Scrum Master or business analyst will do, he will define the small activity or action item, you say. Okay, action item or say activity, he will derive from here, and he will start assigning to those activity to the tester against which testing activity will start. Now you will see the developer have 3 items, 3 activity inside one bigger subtask. With me so far, Jyoti?
Yeah.
User story, then developer's task, and developer task will have a subtask, and under subtask there are multiple activities are getting assigned to tester, but here the subtask and task are not getting assigned to developer directly. So what will happen? Tester will start working on them. So tester will move to those assigned task or activity to the done, but developer will be moving the subtask and task, not to the activity, marked into the done activity. Business analyst will move his ticket towards the done. Tester, when he will complete the testing activity of test case writing and test case execution, or any defect which he has reported has come back to him for the testing, and he has closed it, he will mark them or move them into the done column. So here you will see everyone will have their own tickets to move them from to do to in progress to done. Does it?
So they can see each other's page or no?
Each other's what?
I mean, suppose a developer can see and the BA can see that tester is in, their ticket is in to do or in progress or done.
Yeah, of course, everyone can see that, no?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That was my question.
Yeah, so that has to be visible to everyone who is doing what, and for that very reason, daily scrum there is there that you will know that which team member is working on what. Yeah. Okay. So any other question, guys?
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Pallavi.
Yeah, so when you were talking about the minutes of the meeting, you said that the whole Scrum team notes down, but I just wanted to know who is actually the responsible person.
Okay, when I said that,
Scrum Master
okay,
or BA?
Yeah. So when I said that minutes of meeting, someone is writing, but whole team is also noting down. What do you think?
Yeah.
What whole entire team would be noting down? Because minutes of meeting has to be written by one person. Not everyone has to be written, but other team members would be noting down their own personal activity. Say, for example, I'm running a meeting and quickly I'm talking, okay, this person will do this. So it's their responsibility to take a note of their own task with which they got connected. However, at the end, Scrum Master has to make sure that minutes of meeting are getting published. Okay.
Okay.
Either he can take a note of it, or he gets in a collaboration with business analyst or product owner. Okay, he makes sure that minutes of meeting are taken note. Minutes of meeting has been recorded well.
Noted
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
noted
Okay.
down. So yes, who is
Thank you, sir.
Camelius? Do you have any question? You're welcome, Pallavi. So yeah.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
evening, Prof.
good evening. Yeah.
I want to quickly find out, after the end of the meeting, is there some of these bullet points that we are working on? Is there any way we can send it to us for us to print them out and have it on our own as maybe like a hard copy or something?
No, I really could not get you. Can you ask again one more time? What did you ask?
Yeah. Some of these bullet points we are working on, is it possible for you to send it to us for us to have it printed out?
Okay. Are you asking these bullet points on which we are working upon? Is it possible to send out these bullet points to everyone? Is it, or are you asking about the slides?
Yes.
Slides, are you asking about?
Yes.
Okay, so see, there is a drill over here that many of you know, that we don't share the PowerPoint slide, but we recommend you to go back and listen to the recording. There are a reason behind it, because we want your entire senses get involved into that, and so that your 100% attention goes there, and you learn it one more time, so that later when you give the summary, you give the concrete summary in less than 90 seconds. And that's the one reason. The second reason is that because it's a Guru Schools property, that don't let us share with you as a part of slide. But definitely, as a third point, when you go through the recording, you can watch it into the recording, and recording will be shared within 24 hours with all of you. Okay, Camillus, I hope I answered it. Yeah, thank you so much. Any other question, guys? If not, then we have come to the end. So any question? No? So what I'm going to do is that quickly we are going to meet one more time tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. EST. I want each one of you to go ahead and write into the WhatsApp group. What do you feel like saying about today's class? I need to understand today's temperature of your receptivity, whether you were able to receive what was delivered to you or not. And if received, how did you feel? Was it easy to understand? Are you feeling that it was really super duper easy for you to receive, digest, and replicate one more time? I mean, reflect back and share the summary of it, so that I want to understand, so that next time it can go more smoother. So that's one thing. And second, I'll be sharing one link at after 1 hour. Those who have joined recently, that you are going to fill that form as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. And thank you for your participation. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for
sir.
Manu. You have any question?
Thank you,
You can
Gaurav.
ask. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Manu, you can
Yeah, I
continue to ask.
have, Gaurav sir, I have one question. Actually, when we joined, I have joined the Dev sir sections of resume and RSPP section, but I haven't get who will give us the resume and how we can add the companies and all the experience. So I'm confused about that.
Okay.
So according to that, I will make my LinkedIn profile and all that.
Okay, so thank you so much for asking this question, and good that it is getting into the recording as well. So guys, understand what exactly happens, because there are so many people, okay, and everyone has to be given the personal attention when it comes to profile optimization or reference ready resume preparation. And every time it is almost repeated. it may happen that you may say that, okay,
you
I am in the
outside.
rush. Okay.
No, I'm driving actually.
I'm in rush and I need to get addressed immediately. Okay. But that is not going to happen immediately. Okay. You need to wait. You need to continue to go there. And it is only the RRP team who will be giving you the reference resume, who will be giving you the projects as well, and will be asking you later one more time when you join in that you need to present your resume in front of them so that they are only going to finalize them. And once it is finalized by RRP team, then only you are going to come to Gaurav, to me, telling that my resume is now approved by Devji. Now I want to go ahead with that. Do you want to give any feedback? And there me and Prerna comes into the picture where we give you feedback. But there are chances you may run into rush and say that, okay, because I did not get time last 3 times and I want you to go through my resume. That does not work in this way. So always be patient, be the part of RRP team, and get your wait until your number comes in and you discuss your resume with them. They are only going to address these kind of a question as well. Okay, Manu, is it clear now? Yeah. So yeah, I can't help that you need to wait. I know that few of you may go impatient. Okay, how long to wait? But
No,
yeah,
because when I attended the last session, everybody was showing their resume and Dev sir was correcting, telling them what is wrong in that. But yeah, I was worried that how to create that one.
Yeah. So these questions, first point of context is HR. Okay. If HR cannot answer that, then immediately unmute yourself in RRP session and ask this, can I ask question now or can I ask question later? So is it okay if you can answer now? So this way, just open up and ask the question. Okay, Manu?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
this is for
sure.
everyone.
Thank you, guys.
So yeah, welcome. So Gunjan, what is your question?
Yes, so my resume has been done. I mean, it has been uploaded to the, the list of the candidate. So when can I do I have to send you a personal message?
Yeah. So what do? You drop your resume to me in the WhatsApp. Excuse me, WhatsApp. I will add you, whoever's resume is done, approved. They have to be the part of a mock interview group. Okay. So two things will happen. The moment your resume is done, it will come to me for a quick review. I give you feedback onto that. And then later you have to get prepared for the mock interview. And me and Prerna, in case Prerna is not there, it is going to me only who will be working with you on the time where we will be freezing a time slot in which you will be getting interviewed. I mean, it will be the mock interview for sure. And that's how we will proceed, and we'll tell you what is the next step you are going to do. Is it clear?
Right, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
So any other question, guys? If no, please go ahead, type into the WhatsApp group. What do you feel like saying? And I'm going to review personally every one of your response. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night. And we'll talk to you again. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.